Hi, I'm Sam from Style of Sam, and I am here to do a hair tutorial on how to create the hair you see on my blog. You can call these loose curls or beachy waves, but let's go ahead and get started. So items you'll need are a clip to hold up your hair, a straightening iron, or a curling iron, and then also a comb or a brush. So usually whenever I do my hair, I go from bottom to top and one side to another. So we're going to start with the bottom and work our way up. And I have both a straightening iron and a curling iron because most people have a curling iron. Not everyone has a straightening iron, but you can really achieve this look with either one of those items. I'm going to be curling my left side with the straightening iron and my right side with the curling iron, and just to show you how it can be done both ways. I usually actually do my hair with the straightening iron because it stays in longer, and I don't wash my hair every day because it's supposed to be healthier, so it tends to last longer when I do it with the straightening iron. So first thing you're going to do is separate the top part of your hair and then just separate it in half. And so you grab a section. This section is probably about 2 inches wide, but not too thick. And I'm going to start with the straightening iron first. So I'm grabbing the straightening iron, and this is, the key to it is actually holding the straightening iron vertically. And this is a modified version of an easier way that I'm also going to show you. So since I'm right-handed, I hold it a little awkward, but this is what works well for me. You take the group of hair, you clip it vertically, and then you are just going to roll the straightening iron around. So you're kind of doing a spiral curl with the straightening iron. And the key to doing these waves or curls is that you want the curls to always go away from your face. And so this is kind of what you'll get after you do the straightening iron. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, it looks a little bit more natural that way. So I'm going to show you again how to do it with the straightening iron. We are going to clip it, and then you're going to turn it away from your face and just go in circles. And again, you see this curl. Now with the straightening iron, or excuse me, the curling iron, it's pretty easy to do. And again, the key is just to hold it vertically. This looks like a 2-inch barrel, but you can also use a 1-inch barrel. I actually like the way it looks better with the curling iron because it looks a lot more relaxed, but it doesn't tend to stay in my hair as long. So what you do is you are going to clip the edge of your hair at the bottom of the curling iron, and you're just going to wrap it up the barrel. Oops, getting some of my other hair. And then depending on how much curl you want, you'll leave your hair in for the appropriate time. So I feel it, and when it's warm enough, I'll take it out. And it does this beautiful loose wave that you can see. So I'm going to do the other section now. Again, you just take your part of hair, clip it at the bottom, and then roll away from your face, kind of going up the barrel. So we're just creating like loose spiral curls. But they can be called beachy waves or whatever you want to call it. And then again, you can see this is the wave. So I just have I have a lot of baby hairs everywhere, so I usually try to get a little bit of those and just kind of quickly curl those. So there's just some wave. Okay, now we are going to move up a section. So then you let down your hair, and I just clip, like I just go up in sections, so you can kind of do what works, what you're comfortable with. And really I'm just trying to clip it to keep it out of my way so I can see what I'm doing, and then so I have a section to work with. So again, I'm going to take a section, but this time I'm going to show you the I guess you could say it's an easier way to do it. This is how I originally learned how to curl my hair with the straightening iron, and I've modified it a little. So you take your hair towards the top, you clip it, and then you flip it once like away from your hair, and then you just, away from your face, and you just pull down with it flipped. And if you pull down too fast, it won't curl as much, but see, this also creates a loose wave. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this section in that same manner, so you can kind of experiment and see what works for you, what works well for you. When I first started doing this, my hair was, I would say, chin length, so there was a lot of experimentation because I would try this all over my hair and get Shirley Temple curls, and it looked kind of funny. If you're going for that, that's awesome. I was not going for that. So again, here you go, a curl, and I'll just finish this last section that way. And sometimes I end up getting parts of the hair that I've already curled, but it all kind of works out okay. So you take it, you flip it, and then you just pull the rest of your hair through it. And again, you get this loose wave. So I'm going to continue to do this right side of my hair with the curling iron. And again, the key is to hold it vertically. We're going to clip the end and then just curl up the barrel. And if the ends aren't curled, the ends will not be curled, but if you want, you can clip them into the curling iron, and I'll show you on that next section, in order to get the ends to be a little bit curled. I usually just leave them out. Like I said, I do this pretty quickly in the mornings, so it tends to be probably, I would say, a little bit messy. So I'll show you, if you want to, you can clip in the ends of your hair. And so this way you have a curled edge, but as you can see, my hair is not even, and so some of the hair fell out, so I'll just recurl those sections. And then as far as, you know, when I do this, my hair like this, the bottom part I do pretty quickly because usually you're gonna see what's on top. So I just kind of get it curled really quickly on bottom, and then the top we'll try and pay a little bit more attention to. So here we go, see this nice loose curl, and then this is the section that fell out because it's a little bit shorter than the rest of my hair. And again, I do like the way it looks better when I curl it with the curling iron, but it just doesn't stay in my hair, and I'm kind of a low maintenance person. Also, something I should have started with, but I didn't, is you may want to put a heat protectant in your hair. I actually don't, which is probably not the best for my hair, but I am pretty minimalist when it comes to, I guess, doing my hair. So that is why I don't put anything in my hair. Okay, now we're back to the straightening iron, and I'll show you one section with my modified version and then one section with the, I guess, quote, easier version that I learned how to do. So this is the way I do it normally. Just take it, clip it towards the top, and do a twisting action around. And you'll see that sometimes some of the hair falls out. So I'll just, if it does, I just take it and I go ahead and do a quick twist curl with it. Now the next section, I'll do it, I guess you could, the other way. Take the section, flip it once away from your head, and then just pull the straightening iron through slowly. And there you go. And I just usually just make sure I've gotten all the hair. Looks like this section back here is a little bit straight, so I'll just go ahead and do a quick turn with that. Okay, all right, other section, back to the curling iron. So take a section, again, close to the bottom, and then just twist up the barrel. And these are, they're not any kind of special straightening iron or curling iron. This is a Ultra Chi iron. I got this probably a year or two ago because I had dropped my original Chi iron, and that's how it broke. It probably would have lasted forever if I wasn't so clumsy, but unfortunately I had to get a new one. And then this curling iron is just a Revlon curling iron. It's not ionic or anything special like that, or ceramic. It's just a regular curling iron. So it's pretty easy to achieve these looks, and I just wanted to show y'all since I got so many requests. Okay, so I usually just kind of do a quick tap to feel what's going on with the hair, and when it's warm enough, I will let it out. Again, here's your curl. So just going through and getting anything that hasn't been curled, or even if it has a little bit, just kind of fixing it if it's not good. Okay, this last section, this is the part that counts because this is usually what people can see. And we're getting closer to your bangs part. Now I would say, grown out bangs, but they're shorter than the rest of my hair. If you have regular bangs, you can, or no bangs, you can do all of this the same. I am going to separate, there's one last section before I actually get to my bangs. So I'm going to separate that out. And when it gets to this top section, I'll just kind of separate the two. And again, I'm going to do a straightening iron on one side, a curling iron on the other. So here's my straightening iron. I'm going to take it, and this actually is probably too big of a piece to be curling. But I was just trying to show you really quickly what I do. So even though it was too big, you can see if you go through pretty quickly, it will be still loose. And here with this section, I'm going to use my curling iron. We're gonna leave it in for a little bit longer since it's on top and people will see it. But really, I'm pretty carefree about this. I just kind of curl and go, and if you have the time and you want to kind of make sure everything goes in the right direction and works well, that's great. But I usually do it pretty fast on my way out or before work. So this is getting warm enough. And also since the straightening iron gets pretty hot, it curls pretty quickly. This Revlon curling iron has a little dial that you can turn up or down the heat, and I believe I have it on the highest setting, but it still does take a while. But here's this nice, beautiful curl. Okay, I know. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that my camera died in the middle of doing my hair, so most of my hair is curled, but I'm gonna finish the section that wasn't finished. The top section was left, and what you would need to do is just curl the rest of the sections of the top part. If you have bangs, then you would want to separate the bang section out. And I do have, like I told you before, grown out bangs. But the rest of this section is pretty long, like the rest of my hair. If you've got all one length hair, you can go ahead and keep curling as I showed you. But for the bangs, I usually do something a little bit differently. I have my hair parted here because that's where my cowlick is, so it's the side part. If you want to part it down the middle, that's fine. But with these grown out bangs, I usually do what I call the Farrah bangs or swoopy bangs. So just pretend like it's not already curled, but I take my the section of bangs, and I will start with the straightening iron about 1/4 of the way down. And then I'm just going to pull it down and away from my face and flip it up at the end. And you can see I've now got these swoopy Farrah bangs. And then I go ahead and do kind of the same to the other section, so it looks a little bit even. Just pull down and then away, and there you go. Then after my hair is done, and I'm just gonna curl this section because it's kind of fallen a little. After your hair is finished, then what I usually do is I just take my fingers and I run it through my hair really quickly, and then I'll kind of rearrange the curls to kind of look what I want them to look like. And I will usually spray some hairspray right at my part because that's where all my baby hairs are. And here's the finished look. So if you guys have any questions, please just leave a comment below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for being a reader of Style of Sam.